It's the voice of the one and only DJ Screen, letting you know that you are now in tune to the Casual Flex, where culture meets sports and casuals are welcome. Now here's your host, Philip Dukes.
Yo, welcome to the Casual Flex. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, aka Dukes D Scoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Dukes D Scoop. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Today's episode is brought to you by Triple OG Brand. This is their Legacy Edition. You see it right there, Triple OG Brand. Check them out. One of the hottest urban, not even just urban, one of the hottest clothing companies in Atlanta, Black-owned, independent. So today I have a very special guest, somebody, a former five-star recruit, a two-time national champion, linebacker for the University of Georgia, Smael Mondon. Smael, what's going on, bro?
Yo, what up, bro?
Man, cool, man. Same old, man. I'm glad to get you on. I know a lot of folks probably like, Deuce, I thought you just do Auburn. And no, not at all. Like, I got a lot of relationships all over the country. Like, to be honest, like Atlanta's like when you from Atlanta, the metro area, it's like a tight-knit family. So, sometimes it goes deeper than what school you at. It's kind of like me and you, like, you know what I mean? Like, before all the football, like, some been family. So, no, man, glad to get you on. So let's jump right into it. Second national championship, bro. Like, At what point last year? All right, so let's do a little background first. All right, who is Smael Mondon, like, as a person? Like, for those, you talk, but you're more of a quiet leader. Like, who is Smael Mondon as a person?
As a person, really just like always laughing, joking around, just in good spirit, really.
Right. Good free spirit, like, that's good and that's light. So, like, growing up, like, I know sometimes people would be like, man, he's, like, you would be kind of unassuming, like, not a real rah-rah type guy, but when you're on that field, it's like you're a totally different person. Like, you're serious about your action. If you line somebody up, they hit. Like, what kind of puts you in that different mode when you step onto the field?
I feel like that should be like passion, like a love for the sport, really. Like, when you're on that field, like, it just be, if you can't get to like that different side, I don't feel like you don't get too far, really. But me personally, though, just being quiet off the field and then on the field, like, loud or this and that, it just be the passion for it, the love for the sport.
Okay, so you go to Georgia.
Yeah.
During your recruiting process, everybody in the world wanted you, like, and especially coming out of your high school, it was like you probably were like the highest rated player to ever come out of there. When did you know that Georgia was home?
Really, I ain't tell nobody for real, just because I ain't want like no favors. I kind of wanted it to be a secret, but like, even before I got any offers though, like when I first started, because I wasn't really into college football like that until like high school. But like when I first started watching football or college football for real was Kirby Smart first natty here when they played Bama in Atlanta, I think 2018. So like after that, like just seeing them, the hometown team, like that always been like the team I wanted to go to. But like when recruitment started, I kind of like took like the personal favorite out and was just looking at it from like just like a neutral perspective, really. So, but nah, Georgia always been like that school. But like when I knew I was gonna commit, probably like halfway through that COVID, not really halfway, but a couple games into that COVID season, I was like, yeah, I'm going to Georgia. Probably like August of that year, not August, September.
So let's talk about the natty that Kirby went to. So they had now Georgia really, that's supposed to be the first one, right? Like, not the first one. Well, not the first one, but kind of like the first one of Kirby's era, right? But you got two now. Did you see that game and think, like, you know what, maybe you could have been a difference maker? Like, did you ever see yourself being such like a big player for Georgia?
I don't know, for real. I couldn't even really say that because, like, really, like, when I first started looking at maybe wanting to play college football, I'm thinking, like, no disrespect to, like, Liberty, but, like, the only person I knew that went to college and played football went to Liberty. So, to me, like, Liberty, like, that was just always in my head. If I go to a school like Liberty or a school just, like, I wasn't shooting too high, but, like, a school like Liberty or, like, KSU or something like that. Right. So, like, looking at that natty game, I don't know. I couldn't visualize myself being out there, but it's crazy how things work out.
No, absolutely. Like, all right, so you get to Georgia, you're playing behind Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, Channing Tindall. You got guys like that. How Was it intimidating playing behind guys who were so big and so fast?
Nah, not even really intimidating because like I ain't going into it. I knew I wasn't going like I knew how it worked. And I knew I wasn't gonna play for real. Like so to me, it was just like sit behind them and then like just take in as much as you can, learn as much as you can till they leave, and then shit, that's what I did, and then it ended up working out pretty good.
Absolutely. Like when you talk to those guys, and I'm pretty sure like you guys have a good relationship. What do they tell you about the NFL?
By the NFL, a lot of them say like just take Georgia serious because Georgia really gets you ready for it. Like, while folks like to play around and talk about how hard practice is, they tell you like, but it don't get too much harder than Georgia. So like, just take that serious, and if you can excel there and be straight there, you should be straight.
Okay. So after your first year, you played a little bit. You got a few snaps on defense. Played a lot on special teams. What was the moment? Whether it was practice, whether it was in a game, what was a moment where you knew you was like, man, bro, I'm really playing big time college football. I'm really playing for the University of Georgia. Like, at what moment did it really sink in your freshman year?
What moment? I don't know for real. Let me think. Probably, I mean, it was a couple moments where I was like, dang, like this really how it happened. Probably like the first time we got on a plane ride to a game. I'm thinking we take buses everywhere.
Right.
We pull up to the airport, get on a plane. That was the first one, Clemson game. And then my first time playing, I think I got my first snaps the second game of my freshman year, UAB. So like going out there, like I remember I went out there with trouble, number 0, Ryan Davis, the first time. I told him before he went out there, I was like, bro, you're going to have to call the calls. I can't talk. Like, it was just like, and shocked being out there, looking at the crowd and stuff like that. Like, some stuff you would have known since day one. I went out there and forgot it just because I was just like kind of shocked being out there. So probably UAB.
Right. So you going into your second year, and so how did you and Pop relationship get so tight? Like, at what point did you guys start develop the type of friendship, brotherhood that you guys have?
Really, I think we started getting closer when he first got here, because I was here. I came in a semester before him, so I had went through spring ball, 7-on-7, all that. So like, I had a pretty pretty good understanding of the playbook. And then he had came in the summer. So when we was running 7-on-7, he just got there, so he didn't really know nothing. And then like, I guess a lot of guys would like not really want to help the guy they're competing with, because they don't want to like, you don't want to give him the sauce. You trying to compete with him, be better than him, but you telling him how to do it. So like, I guess he like respected the fact that I didn't really do it or look at it like that. Like, I'm telling him the calls. I was telling him like what he's supposed to do in different coverages, like mid-play. Like, they snap the ball, I'll be like, oh, Pop, you got the back, or this and that. So like, I feel like that, us helping each other, he's seeing like from that I was a genuine person, and then he a genuine person too. So we just, real people always gonna like relate. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. No, that's real. No, I like that. And then, all right, so you win the Natty your first year. Like, how did that feel, like, as far as like you being somebody who never came off the field almost from the time you ever started playing football, right?
Yeah.
To be in a reserve role, did you think that Natty had the same type of impact as the second one, or was it just happy to get the national championship the first time?
The first time it's kind of like different though. I say after the first game, it was like the whole team was it was more like just a happy atmosphere, just because like the type of game it was. We went off like the pick 6 and then like a close game the whole way through. So like we was lit off that, but like I knew in the back of my head, like, I was like, I was on the team, but I didn't really do too much to affect the outcome.
Right.
But the second one though, like, I played a lot more, contributed more, so like I felt that, but it was like it wasn't as exciting of a game. So like it wasn't like, we was definitely more lit after the Bama game than we was at the TCU, just because it was like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's serious. That was a big deal. Like, you gotta think like the hopes and dreams of like everybody in the state of Georgia from like for 40, 50, what was it? 40 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like
I think like 41 years or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy. Like, and to be a part of that, like, what was it like going back home and like the home after that first Natty? I know it's crazy now, but like after that first Natty, where it's like, man, Smael went, you get to go back home. Like, did you see a difference in the way like some people treated you around town?
Like back home, as in Athens, or my hometown?
Like hometown.
Oh, the hometown, yeah, definitely. Like it was like every time I went home, everybody asked me to see the ring and all that. They asked me how it
Right.
was, just different stuff. Like even stuff about the other team, like they're like, "What was Bryce Young like?" and stuff like that. Like I ain't really play. I don't know. Like, you had a better view than I did from the sideline. You tell me. So yeah, just stuff like that though. Like
Nah.
asking
All right.
rings, is crazy stuff.
So Dig, like your second year, you go into the season. When did you find out that you were going to be the starter?
Uh, Second year going into the season. I mean, in that fall camp, I had took the majority of the ones reps, and going into the Oregon game, I had took the majority of the ones reps. So it wasn't like none. I mean, it wasn't a like surprise, but it was like I don't know. I had just took the majority of the reps, so like it was kind of just like a I don't know, like a thing that was just understood, really.
Right. What was it
Yeah.
like that Oregon game? Like you, soon as you get out there, now you the man, right? You in the middle, like it kind of starts with you,
Yeah.
and to get that big tackle for loss, like early on, like that kind of set the tone for your whole season, really. Like, how
Yeah.
excited were you when you got to make that play? You was like, bro, I just made like national TV, everything, like that,
Yeah.
like like Smael Mondon Jr. Like how was
Yeah.
that, man?
Not that really be the craziest part, hearing your name on the announcers, or like watching the TV broadcast and hearing your name on it. But nah, it was crazy though, really. Like even that play, like I'm thinking in my head, I was like, but it just felt too easy. Nobody blocked me. I just came clean. I was like, but ain't no way I'm about to make the tackle. I made the tackle, and I was just like, oh no, your head just go clear in that moment.
Right. Now
Yeah.
that's cool too, because see a lot of times like when people see like athletes like yourself, or they see people like they don't get to see the human part of you, right? Like, dang, you
Yeah.
like, man, I can't mess this up. Like, you get what I'm saying then? So
Yeah.
like to see you kind of show some of that, that vulnerability, like, man, I like this is almost too easy. And then boom, you make the play. So from that point, it was like, now going into the Oregon game, I know, did you guys think it was going to be a closer game than what it was?
I definitely thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a dog fight the whole way through. But yeah, one of my teammates. The crazy thing is he's always right. Every game he predicts, he like it goes through exactly how it says it's gonna go through. Like the Ohio State game, LSU game, Tennessee, all that. And this game, he was like, "Bro, I think we're gonna blow them out." And then I was just like, "Nah, man, you tripping? It's gonna be a dog fight the whole way through." And he ended up being right about it.
Right. Wow. Like, all right, let me ask you about this, man. So the Georgia Tech quarterback from last year goes out and he's talking about I don't know if you saw it, he had this TikTok or some on
Yeah,
social media.
I had seen that the quarterback from my freshman year, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, yeah.
he was like JC, Jalen Carter was like, you guys are so unprepared. Like, does that sound like, was that cap, or you feel like
You
was
said
it
what?
he said the trash talk, he said Jalen Carter walked up to him like it was like, you guys are so unprepared. That sound like cap, that sound like facts.
Oh no, that don't sound like nothing I heard JC say before he trash talking in the game. I was like, he probably said it like a different way. That was probably like the meaning of it, but I don't know if he said it like that though.
Man, right. Look, he literally was like, dude was like, you guys are so unprepared. And he was like, that's the worst trash talking. Like he capped like he didn't know what his name was, but bro, you know who Jalen Carter is, bro.
Yeah, nah,
Like,
they knew who JC was, but nah, I don't know. That don't really sound like JC. I don't know. Maybe he just shortened it up a little bit, but I ain't never heard him talk like that.
right.
Talking about unprepared. Ain't nobody saying that in the middle of the game. Talking about you unprepared.
Oh man, it sounded like when he made it sound like how Prince was talking on Dave Chappelle's special, where he was like, lousy. It's like, nah, bro. It was
Yeah, that's like some comic book talk. Like y'all so unprepared. Like I don't know about that. I don't think he said all that. But
man, who was the like, so since you've been playing, like what team had the craziest trash talk for y'all? Since you've been at Georgia.
since I've been at Georgia, let me think. Uh, Tennessee game, we weren't even. I thought that was gonna be a trash talking game, but their offense goes so fast, people not even worried about talking. You trying to catch your breath during the game. So
Right.
probably Missouri for real. I think Missouri.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That was a lot close. What do you think went into that game for that game to be so close?
I mean, they came out hot, playing hot, and then I think we came out slow, they came out hot, and then that's where we kind of took us a minute to get back traction, and then whenever we got back right, we would get hot and then we would like fall off. So, but whenever we got consistent, got right in the second half, I think that's whenever we were playing our best game. I think they just jumped out on us, and then they was at home too. Their crowd was lit.
Right.
Student section was going crazy, so they just had like it was all going in their way, like to start the game out.
And then too, like y'all got everybody's best shot, right? Like the target was on y'all back, like returning natty. And then so you know how everybody was saying all the NFL talent left from the first natty team, right? And there was a lot of question marks about, the second year team. At what point in the season did you realize that you guys had a chance to repeat? Like for real? Like, oh dog, we probably finna win it. Like, at what point in the season did that happen?
After the Oregon game, I was like, yeah, I think I thought we had a because in the summer you really don't know how good you are for real. You only playing yourself for real. So like after the first time getting to play like somebody else, and because Oregon ended up being a good team throughout the season too. Though a lot of folks seen we had beaten them thought they were trash, but nah, they were actually a good team throughout the season. But after that game, I was like, yeah, we definitely got a chance too, and we just got to keep getting better, really, and that's how we went about it.
So it was some audio leak to Kirby Smart, like going off before pregame. And so for a team that's coming off of a natty, how did Coach Smart like motivate you guys to get ready, even though y'all already had a natty?
Last year's like big message going into it was like it wasn't necessarily like a lot of people felt like it wasn't their natty because we had a lot of people stepping in playing for the first time. So like it was Malachi, like just from the start of Malachi he wasn't on the natty team. Kamara, first year starting that corner, he ain't play at all last year really, or that natty year. Then Javon Bullard, it was like Pop, me, it was a lot of different guys who like they weren't a part of that. So like we wanted one of our own really. So that was a big factor in it too. And then just everybody doubting us really, thinking we was gonna fall off a lot after that. So we like took that personal and then used that towards like motivation.
So coming off the back-to-back natty, what's the motivation for this year? Like nobody has now. Let me still like before I even get to that point. No team has ever went 3 for 3 like since maybe 1930. I think like in 19 like in the 1900s.
Like some crazy stuff like 19 like that's really the motivation though. Do something ain't nobody ever did.
Right. Absolutely. Like do y'all so are you guys already talking about it? Like, bro, like we got to tight like everybody gunning for us again. Like we got to like. What's the conversation like after, like, at what point was the celebration over for, like, the second natty and the preparation starts for the third?
So after the natty ended, we got discretion periods from where, like, we got a break and then from when we go back to work. So we had the parade and then discretion. And then whenever we got back to work, it was just like whatever happened last year. It was like a whole new team, new season. So we really just put that, like we've been put that behind us.
Right. So this year, like going into it, you got some moving parts and like, you got some, a tragedy just happened. Like, like as far as like mental space, like how do you deal like with change and going through a lot of that stuff that happened, like mentally? Like I think one part of the game, a lot of people like talk about mental health in a way where it's like, oh, y'all football players, but now y'all real people. You feel me? Like what do you do to take care of your mental space?
Me personally, I got people on the team I'm close with. Just usually talking about it, you're gonna be able to get it out, or like it ain't gonna feel like. Cause a lot of people try to hold it in, then it's feel like you got a bunch of weight on your shoulders. Just telling somebody about it gonna just ease it up. So like really just talking about it with people and stuff like that, to where I feel like I'm not the only one carrying it. Somebody who understands why I'm feeling like the way I'm feeling or whatever. Right. Just talking about it. But the team, like Coach Smart does a lot for us, really though. Like he got it's therapy, like what's it, mental what's the word? Mental people you talk to, therapists and stuff like that.
Therapists, yeah.
Those, he's a team chaplain who a lot of people talk to. He gives us a lot of resources like to help with all that though. So he does like he's a big part in that. But me personally, I just got to talk it out with somebody. I usually like somebody I talk to about a lot of personal stuff. Usually be Pop or Sore, just because those are probably the two closest people I'm with on the team.
No, that's good to hear. Like, so this time next year, if everything goes well, you could hear your name if you decided to. You know, there's a lot of people like mock drafts that got you like, or people are saying that Smael Mondon is a guy who's an NFL caliber talent. How do you block that noise out in order to stay focused for what you need to do this year?
How you block it out? Just try not to think about it too much. That's one thing. Somebody that told me, it was Quay who told me that. He was even Quay a year where like he knew he was going out the whole year. He told me, he was like, bro, just don't think about it. Like, because if you go out there thinking like, oh, I got to make plays for the league, I got to do this and that, that's the way you're gonna mess up because you're not doing what you normally do. Right. So really, just do what you've been doing. Like, so that's what I just been doing. I always been working hard and this and that. So just keep doing what I've been doing.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you something. I might have to edit this out. All right.
All right.
You single?
Yeah.
Like a real single?
Yeah, real single.
Okay, for sure. Like, man, how do you balance a dating life in Georgia football?
How you balance a dating life? Damn. I wouldn't know. I ain't had no girlfriend since I've been at Georgia, so I wouldn't tell you. I don't think I'll be able to balance it out. I mean,
right?
Actually, I probably could. I don't know. You just got to find you the right one, bro. You can't have no like toxic. You can't be in no toxic relationship because that's gonna take a lot out of you. Because I got teammates who done. I know in toxic relationships, and then it's always this happening and that happening, and then this and that, and it's just a lot of stuff to think about, bro. You don't really need too much to think about. Like, you need to find you somebody that's nice and chill. You know, don't really do too much, and just it helps you stay focused. But a lot of people but folks be liking that. They be liking that drama and all the shit that comes with it. Though I don't know. That never did for me.
Nah, I get it. Like that makes sense. Like, you know, even in my personal life, like I think you done seen me in the past where like, you know, I was, you know, on something different. And then by the time, you know what I'm saying, I got, you know, got my life settled or whatever, like you can see like a different trajectory even in me, like by me being able to focus on how much stuff that happened in my life in such a short period. Like, so now even when we talk like off the record, like that's cool though, because at the end of the day, like, man, if you can't keep the right people from around you, like they become liabilities. And, you know, it's enough going on in the world for us not to have to deal with that. Like, you know, so not just as a football player, not just me, media member, dad or whatever, just as a human being, period, where we don't need no extra stress. Bro, hey, let me ask you this. Did you see that where they talk about we might have some UFOs?
UFO, I've been seeing that though. I don't know about all that, man. I feel like there's a lot of stuff you don't know, people or we don't know about that went on. So UFOs, really me personally, if it don't change my everyday life, I really don't too much. Pay no mind to it.
I almost don't even watch the news no more, bro. Like that took the cake for me when they was like, yeah, the government said it might be some UFOs. Like they're not denying UFOs. I'm like, bro, man. Well, let me turn back on Sports Center because
that's what I'm saying. Alien gonna have to come land in my driveway for me to really start paying no mind to it. Like I don't really be focusing on all that.
Man, look, right now in your tape, like. I'm so old, but I almost said tape that, bro. Bro, who you listen to right now, music-wise?
Music-wise, I listen to a lot of folks, really. Like, it's on the top of my head, Baby Drill, Lil Gotti. You know, I was on Lil Key heavy, though. R.I.P. Lil Key.
Man, R.I.P. Man, my dog, man.
Lil Key, and then there's Young Thug, all types of people, 21 Savage, Nudie. Man, I probably had to go, Future. It's just all types of folks, really.
Definitely Future, man. I was going to ask you this, like, so you somebody that likes to put it on, like, as far as clothes-wise. Who do you think is the best dressed player on Georgia's team?
Best dress? I'm gonna give it to me. I'm gonna take that one. Yeah, I got it.
Easy.
Yeah, I gotta give it to me on that.
Nah,
that's not even like nothing being cocky because last year it wasn't me.
Right.
Last year, who would I give it to? My freshman season, I give it to Amir Speed. I'll give him best dress for sure. Last season, I wouldn't say it was me, but right now, I can't give it to nobody but me. I wouldn't be right.
Nah, for sure. Like, and that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you know, like one thing when anytime I interview a player, like, you know, there's a real correlation between like looking good, feeling good, and playing good. I don't know, and just being at your best. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but bro, like I guarantee, like if I wake up and I put on a fit, even if I'm going to take like, man, like if I'm just going to do some regular type stuff, like bro, like if I feel better about it, I might even hold the door a extra minute or something. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. Like when especially like if I know I'm dripping for sure. Like it ain't it like that's one thing that I do respect about you is like man, bro, it's clean. Like when I see him, like when I see you out, I be like, okay, bro, like nah, he ain't playing. Like really,
Appreciate it.
nah, I definitely that I ain't even gonna say what kind of coat it was that I asked you to bar the other day. I
Yeah.
said, I said, hey man, boy, you tripping? You putting it on now, boy, for sure. Like,
Hell yeah. But now I thought that too, time that Brock Bowers, but Brock Bowers would go out there in the game, nothing but ankle tape on, no extra nothing.
right.
Knee pads covering his knees, got the busted cleats, and he gonna do it to you. He gonna give you that work, bro. Brock different. He don't put nothing on. He gonna go out there some busted cleats and give you the work.
Man, so who's the most athletic person that you played with in your first 2 years at Georgia?
Most athletic, uh, it's all types of people. Keely, Sorey, or Xavier. He go by Sorey though. Keely, Sorey, definitely up there. George, I just like them two probably got the most athletic I've ever seen. And then JD too. JD just for how big he is, being able to move. But like the best football player I had ever seen, like walk on that field, definitely gotta be George Pickens though. George,
Wow.
yeah.
So at what point, what did George do for you to like on a consistent basis for you to feel like he had been the best football player you've been around?
It was just like, oh, George was just different, bro. George could literally just do whatever, bro. You throw that ball to George, he's gonna come down with it. Oh, he just did some crazy stuff. Like I think it was he had made a diving deep catch. Like I remember it was the spring when I first got here. We were doing 7-on-7 before he had that ACL injury. He had made this one crazy catch, and that was the first catch I done seen him made since I've been there. And I was just like, yeah, that's George. But even in recruitment though, I came up for the I still remember it was Arkansas State. He had made that diving
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it was in Arkansas State. He had made that diving catch his freshman year. Since I seen that, I knew he was different.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
so what can we look for from Smael Mondon this year? Like, what part of your game are you working on the most?
What part of my game I'm working on the most? Probably just having like a better understanding of the game. Cause like towards the beginning of the season, I was really kind of just like out there. Like I was really just out there, just I don't know. I was just out there. But towards the end of the season, I was kind of like thinking more pre-snap and like post-snap. I'm like being able to think more. So like, I feel like once you know more and stuff like that, and then once you get experience, you gonna have that. Like I don't know, the game gonna slow down. Yeah, the game gonna slow down once you know more and stuff, and then probably just working on my hands, getting my weight up.
What would you be doing if you weren't playing football?
I don't know really. I really don't know for real. If I ain't play football, I'll probably try to rap or something like that. If I ain't
Right.
try to rap or yeah, probably that. I'll probably
Can
try to
you
rap.
rap?
If I sit down, I can probably punch in, but I can't freestyle though.
Right. Nah, that's all good. So that's what everybody doing anyway.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really just getting on there just freestyling the whole song. Like
Nah,
I punch in though.
nah. So go crazy. What your rap name would be?
See, I don't even know what I'll do for that either. Like,
Bro, your name Smile. You gotta just be like.
I wouldn't want it to be Smile though. That's like too like I don't know.
Bro, like that's the hardest. That's probably one of the hardest names. Like if like I'm surprised I don't be seeing you on more lists.
Yeah,
Like it's
I think because the way my name's spelled, all the best names list. Because I'm like, bro, Smile though, they be having the top 50 names of college football. I ain't even top 50. Like, come on. I
right.
think just how the name's spelled.
They like they'll hit you like Smile.
Yeah, they'll be like Smael or like
Man,
Smael or something like that. But
right. Nah,
I feel like they all knew it was Smile, I'd be up there.
nah for sure. Man, before we get out of here, like, so you're a junior, your pops,
Yeah,
like your family from the Ivory Coast.
yeah.
What did your upbringing like? What did your family pour into you that you feel like helped you be more successful?
Really just hard work, and then the two things I say my family poured in was just hard work, and then just being able to give, like just not being stingy. I feel like that helps me like outside of football, just not being stingy, being able to like, or being happy to give. Because like I feel like I be like whatever you put out in the world, you're gonna get back. So I feel like if I'm helping people, or I'm just saying I'm not afraid to cut. My dad would give the shirt off his back to help somebody, like to help family out and stuff like that. So if you put that out in the world, that's what you're gonna get back. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of the blessings I done got could be because of that. So just being able to give, just that, and then hard work.
No, for sure. Smael, what's your Instagram and Twitter? Where can people find you?
Instagram for Smael. That's for SMAEL. And then Twitter is Smael Jr. So Smael and then JR.
All right, for sure, man. Smael, man, we gotta do this again probably after spring. We'll jump back on, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
So, man. All right, we out.